everybody, sorry about the delay there. I was trying to make that TikTok video, it took a while, and then I had to eat before the stream or else I was going to have to eat mid-stream, so I just tried to finish that up real quick. So, I don't know if there's a lot of latency or if... Okay, very cool. So my transition did work. Yeah, so I know you guys have a lot of questions about Silkworm. Basically, the way it works is I make one free game a month. Because I had broken my back, I was 2 weeks late. So right now it's April 12th. I meant to finish up Silkworm April 1st, but because of that back break, I wasn't able to work. So this month I'm picking a game that should be quick. We should be able to finish it within the next 18 days. So we can start the game after that. I am still releasing Silkworm. I'm just not working on it on stream, basically, because technically I got the 20 days in that I was allowed to develop it with. And so now I can't really stream it anymore. Not that you would want me to stream it, I'm just trying to fix a bug, so it would be really uninteresting to watch. But it's just that last bug, and once I get that fixed, I'll be pushing it out to the playtesters. But today we're going to start on Anime Power Up Simulator, which I think is pretty cool. You guys would probably be more excited about it if the TikTok had come out. But because it hasn't, I'll just say, and hey Nori, hey Toast, hey CS Fox, and hey Jake Beast. But basically what it's going to be is a very simple experience where you go into VR and you'll be standing in kind of a serene field. At least this is how I'm imagining it. You'll be standing in a serene field, and then basically you have to start screaming. And as you scream, you power up. And like the ground starts shaking, and then rocks start lifting up and floating into the air and stuff like that. So I won't spoil all the power-ups, but that's kind of the idea. So that should be pretty cool for anybody who's seen any anime, but also really for just anybody. My friends who haven't, I made this game before, kind of, and even my friends who don't watch anime thought it was pretty funny. It's just a really weird experience to be screaming into a VR headset and then powering up, because you don't really use your voice in most games. So that's why I'm making it. Oh. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all having a good day. I think today, basically, it was a fool me once, fool me twice situation with Oculus where I'm just going to get the game submitted as early as I can. There's this game called Unity Cube on App Lab. I'm basically just going to make that, submit it. That way those 6 weeks can be whittled down to 4 weeks by the time I actually finish the game. Because right now, you know, Silkworm is basically done. And we're just waiting like 6 weeks for people to be able to play it. So what I should have done is submitted it right as I started work on the Silkworm. Then it would have been approved in about 2 weeks from now. So people would have only have had to wait 2 weeks. So there would have been less confusion there. I don't know when it's going to come out for playtesters. That just depends on how long it takes me to fix this bug. But I'll say that I didn't really work on it over the weekend, so it shouldn't really be that hard of a bug. It really just depends on when the next time I work on it is, which should be soon here. Because I don't really have anything else to do besides stream and work on that bug in Silkworm. So it shouldn't be too much longer, although I keep saying that. So let's see. So in Walking Dead, you are underground, you hear an echo from your voice. That's really cool. I haven't played too much of that game, but yeah, no, I think everybody's parents are going to be pissed while they're playing this game. But it should be funny. I'm excited to see videos of people playing it. Okay, so what do we need to do? Basically, I'm thinking we need to submit it. I have a previous version of this project, and let me check out if it's Universal Render Pipeline or if it's... Do I even have it on here? Testing input, Power Up Simulator. Okay, so I don't think I was actually even using... Let me check. Because mostly this game was done, but I was making it for Rift at the time, and now it'll be for Quest, so I'm going to have to kind of rehash a lot of the stuff that I was using. We'll wait for this to open up. Jeez, it's hot in here. Okay. And for those of you who don't know, the Universal Render Pipeline is a version of Unity that basically is a lot more lightweight, meaning it can run on mobile headsets like the Quest and the Quest 2. Whereas if you use the normal version of Unity, it's going to have a hard time doing so. Or at least you would have to know what you're doing for that to be the case. So this is probably not... Okay, so it's not using any render pipeline. So this is currently a default Unity. So let's go ahead and basically just import this project into a new one that is universal render pipeline. So this is all just going to be a bunch of setup stuff, so you guys can ask me questions and whatnot. Because there's nothing that crazy right now. Okay. Power Up Simulator. Let's call it Power Up Simulator old. Okay, that makes sense. It's open. Try again. Okay. Going to Unity Hub. Hey, my name. Glad you're here. I don't know that I've seen you here before, so... Nick, are you making a new game? I am making a new game, Nick. It is called the Anime Power Up Simulator. And it's just a small experience where basically you power up like you would in an anime. Let's see. Okay. Universal. So you see I selected that here. Anime Power Up Simulator. Let's go ahead and... And the reason I do that is because sometimes when you're working in the command prompt, it has trouble with spaces. Okay, now we just wait for that to create itself. Is it possible to search your name on AppLab? I don't think so. No. Traditionally, how AppLab works is I would have to send everybody a code individually or put a code out there and you guys would be able to click it. The only thing that's happened, the only progression that's happened from that is someone made that AppLab DB that people were asking about, where basically if I make a game on AppLab, I can submit it here and they'll put it up as if it's on the store and then anybody can find it. It just kind of surfaces it to people. But before this, you would have to put whatever code you were going to put in here, but you'd have to send it out to your like crowd. That was their idea, that people would have to send it out. Parents better get there. So what's been new with you? When does Silkworm drop? Silkworm for Playtester should be out in a couple days. So what's been new with me? Nothing crazy. This weekend I just hung out with my friend whose birthday it was, and that was fun. So I went to hang out with his family. My family is kind of scattered around the world, so it's nice to be able to do family events with him because his family's all here. I don't have anybody around me in my family, though we are close to each other, but physically separated. I almost wonder, maybe I can just show you, maybe actually, I wonder if it would work in its current state, and I'll show you guys what it was. Yeah, there's some good games on here for sure. People really like Gorilla Tag. People like this one a lot. I haven't really played any of the other ones. I know people like Pavlov, but apparently it crashes a lot. Cheerio is the best place in VR to make friends. That's funny. Okay, let's see. This might actually even... Oh, you know what? I need to turn my headset on. I was so rushed to get the stream started. It was such a hectic day. Gun Raiders is fun. Hey, Lucas. Glad you're here. It seems like there's a lot of latency, unfortunately. I don't know why. Sometimes it does that, and sometimes it does not. So the way I developed for the Quest is by basically turning the Quest into a Rift and then developing for Rift and then just deploying that to Quest instead. Okay, cool. So this might actually, let me see here. Because I had made most of this game already. We're going to have to redo stuff, but I don't know how loud I made it that you have to scream. Missing entitlement. You're not entitled. Okay, give me 1 second. I think that other... Okay, it is done now, so... Get rid of that. Looks like I was using the platform SDK. I don't think I'm going to use that here this time around. Get beat by a parent simulator. Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be. Is it still messed up? That's strange. How about that instead? Just get rid of all that code. Yeah, 10 viewers is exciting. Come on. Oh, you know what it must be? Yeah, I was doing something weird with scene loader here. No, this is a new game. It's called Anime Power Up Simulator. But it looks like it's pretty much all just kind of broken for some reason. Let me see. I think it's running, and I think it's running through automatically. But basically, so then birds fly away. I think I need to add some. Then the ground starts shaking, and rocks start lifting up around you. And it should, yeah, then like a storm rolls in. This game's getting me pumped up already. I love this game. So then that rolls in really hard. And in a few seconds, I believe, well, we'll just wait. But yeah, so you're basically like, and then the lightning starts rolling in. And then, let's see, in a second here, it should break the ground. So then the ground crushes, and the smoke changes. And then you should start lifting up into the air, essentially. Yeah, but more or less that's it. It's just a real simple experience, but... Should add more people when you are. No, I might have to play more when people... Yeah, there's really not a lot to play. I mean, really all you do is you just scream and then get pumped up about the environment changing. But yeah, you'd probably have to play when people aren't home, I imagine. And okay, Lucas, no problem. How long have you been working on this for? Yeah, basically all you do is power up. And like I said, this is supposed to be a simple game that we're going to finish in about 2 weeks here. So nothing crazy there. And yeah, we do have flying. So let's see. So let's go to this new version. So we created a new one. I think we can pretty much get rid of all of this. Yeah, we got Tony here. Pretty much get rid of all that. I think we can get rid of those things. And then we'll want to close this other project. And let's see, and well, let me think actually. Because right now we're just gonna want it to, yeah, this is a little tough. Okay, basically let's get a camera in here, because like I said, we're just gonna submit this early, so that will basically be what today is. So we're just, basically we're just asking ourselves, what can we make that's as simple as possible? And let's go ahead and create a folder, and we'll call it scenes. We'll open this up, we'll create a scene. No, not that. And we'll call it main. And then we'll open that up. We will not save that other scene. Now we have this directional camera and a light. And then we need to do a couple things to get this set up here for VR. Basically open up the package manager. And we will go to the Unity registry. And we will do, we do need this. And this is kind of how games are normally when you start them. It's just a lot of hoopla for getting set up. What I need to do after this, what I actually will probably do here, is get everything that I need set up and in the game, and then from there use that to clone for all my next games so that we don't have to go through this setup process. Should be able to destroy the trees. Yeah, that would be cool. I do want to add rocks that crush, like rocks that kind of fall apart and crumble because you're just too powerful. XR plugin management. We also need to enable preview packages, and then we need to get XR interaction toolkit. Okay. But yeah, this is a good project for ideas. We had a lot of cool ideas coming in for Silkworm, but unfortunately it was kind of right at the end of the production cycle. So I couldn't really get any of them implemented or anything like that. But we're kind of right at the beginning of this. So if you guys have any cool ideas, let me know. So basically, I'm getting XR Interaction Toolkit, which is what allows you to easily set up a player in VR. But all this takes a minute. And like I said, this is why I'm going to clone this project for future projects, because it seems a little unnecessary for me to have to do this each time. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so we have that. We do not want to update it. We do want to get out of this. We're going to want to get Pro Builder, which is kind of like a modeling tool, but within Unity. It allows you to make some simple shapes and whatnot that we'll probably find pretty useful. There is an asset that I was thinking I wanted to use. It's called, like, I think I probably have it in my not signed in. Okay. It must be this one. Yeah, but basically it allows like shattering of objects. If you guys can see that. So I might buy that. Yeah, look. So you can break stuff. I might buy that for rocks and whatnot. I don't know if the Quest will be able to handle it as a problem, but I can probably afford $85 there for that. Let's see. Okay, so that's done, Pro Builder. And then let's get out of this and let's go into, we need edit, project settings. Let's put that over here. I like to keep it over here. Then let's actually also get the lighting while we're at it. Cool. Project settings. And we need to go into XR plugin management. This is basically how you get it set up for Oculus. What about lasers, like really big lasers and flying? The Discord's blowing up. I see. Yeah, maybe the, let me see, maybe the TikTok went out. It did. Okay, very cool. Okay, Anime Power Up Simulator, XR plugin management. We'll grab the Oculus one. Some people prefer to do OpenXR. There's problems with it. It's weird. OpenXR is weird right now, so I just use the Oculus built-in one, just because I'm only making it for Quest and Quest 2, and I'm thinking now I can probably sneak Rift in as well. There's really no reason for me not to be doing Rift, so. The game testing is not out yet, Chicky. I'm sorry about that. I know everybody's really pumped about it, but it is close. I didn't work on it over the weekend, I'll be honest. So let's see. Oh, but yeah, the TikTok is out if you guys want to check it out so that you kind of have more of a feel of what I'm thinking or what I'm coming into this with. Okay, and then we'll want to go ahead and switch this to multi-view and this to single passed instance. We'll want to, I guess we'll want to turn that on. Not exactly sure what it is. Okay, cool. And then we will want to, again, go back into our package manager. So right now we got in everything we need to make an Oculus headset. We got in Pro Builder. We got in, do we need anything else? Let me look through them real quick. We have shader graph. Okay, cool. So then there's a couple that I just use. So we'll go into our command prompt for that. And we'll do Unity projects so that we can open up our Unity projects folder. You see all my projects here. And then we need to go into Anime Power Up Simulator. Anime Power Up Simulator. Then we need to do add unitask, which is basically just a batch script that I created. And add Newton soft, just in case we want to do some database stuff later. I don't know what we'd use database stuff for, but okay. And I'll go ahead and install this real quick. I'm good, Salad. How are you? I'm glad you're here. And sorry, there's latency, so it's a little slow on the talking, but should be good. Okay, very cool. So that's downloading, and then we need to get some other stuff in here that we will pretty much always be using. But I think for right now, this will be our clone. I think we're gonna use this. The actual power-up looks great, but I'm just saying some lasers. Where do you imagine these lasers coming in? Like, are they just kind of off in the distance, or are they coming out of your hands, or what? It's true. I would probably eat some toast before I ate salad. Okay, very cool. So it's just installing all that stuff. Okay, and I believe that is everything necessary. Because now I could get rid of this, and I could do XR. I'm going to use device-based, room scale XR rig. So now basically we have a camera already. And then if we started, it should work. Hand lasers, eye lasers. Eye lasers could be cool. Okay, cool. And that's pretty much what it takes to get set up initially with a nice project. So that's not too hard. Oh, you know what? I do need to install one more thing actually, and it kind of takes the longest. So sorry to subject you guys to that. But this will be the only time we're doing this, and then I'll always copy it from here. We need to go in a window. Package manager, same thing as before, but this time we'll do my assets. And we'll go in. We'll load all of them. And we'll grab sorry. And we'll grab the Oculus one, Oculus integration. So that will take a second. You're powering up, the trees are blowing in the wind, and you're like, pew, 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 pew. It's coming out of your fingertips. I guess this would be a good game to try. I guess this would be a good game to do hand tracking if I was ever going to do it. I guess that could be pretty sweet. But I don't quite know how to do that, so I'd have to learn off stream. The reason that it sucks to import Oculus's plugin is that it imports just about everything in the world. There's just so much stuff. And I guess let's just get all of it. Well, yeah. That'll take a second. Yeah, no, I mean, I do want to, this would be a good game to do hand tracking. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look at how hand tracking works. Well, the problem is that I need an entitlement check if I'm going to do hand tracking, which is fine. I can get that. And I guess we're submitting the game up front anyway, so no, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Hey, Caniso salad, or cannoli salad. We got a lot of food names in here. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Why does it look hard to make? The hand tracking doesn't necessarily look hard to make. It would just take me a couple hours probably to learn how to get started with hand tracking. So, well, I mean, bases off TikTok while not a full sim based off TikTok. Yeah, and I think DJ Cages, that's probably what I'm going to go for with this one. Oh, and I don't want to call it Saiyan Simulator because it's it'd be like calling the other game Spider-Man Simulator. It would just be too copying, I suppose. Not that I'm not doing that, but at least they can't sue me for it this way. Although anime people don't really sue, is another reason I wanted to do this game. I think they would just be pumped to play it more than they'd be pumped to sue me. Okay, so Oculus is going in. Let's take a look at some of the packages that I was thinking maybe we could use. I'm wondering if they've updated them to support URP, is my question. My assets. Okay, so there's OVR Cloud. Ooh. Databox, Unistorm, and there's this one. I'm trying to figure out what clouds I can use for this game. Alright. Okay, unfortunately that just opened up all their names. I'm basically looking through to see if they support the new Unity URP. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is basically useless now is the problem. Nobody uses the Unity default rendering pipeline anymore. Use pink clouds. What is your favorite food? My favorite food is probably just classic pizza or something like that. Do I have a food that I like more than just pizza? I think just pizza, honestly. Pink clouds, yeah. So nobody uses the Unity default rendering pipeline anymore. That's pretty much useless to us. So that's unfortunate. Okay. And then what, there was this one. And there was, so we might use the Unity low poly, because this game I might make this low poly. Although these don't quite look maybe like what I would need. But I could probably have those roll in. And then this one, let's see. Okay, so this is useless to us as well, unfortunately. But that's okay. We probably weren't going to get away with any dynamic cloud system anyway. Just because, again, the mobile headset is a little too weak. This one, okay, never did another release. This one we might be able to use, actually, because it says that it works in the UR, he meant to write URP, but UR pipeline, including VR. So this is probably the one we're going to roll with. BFW Simple Dynamic Clouds. Okay, very cool. Is detected that a newer OVR plugin is available using the newest version recommended. Do you want to enable it? Yes, we do want to enable it. What is the OS for the Quest? It is Android. Nori, it's a version of Android. Not now. Sure, update the spatializer plugin. Not now. And then we need to get, you guys see it's like a bunch of setup for these projects. So it makes a lot of sense because it's already been 40 minutes. So it makes a lot of sense why you would want to just create a generic version of this and then use it everywhere. So what, I guess that's pretty much it. So then we will basically close out of this. Go into here. Oh, that's not right. Unity projects, Anime Power Up Simulator. We'll basically want to copy and paste that. Which shouldn't be too much. Yeah, it's almost done already, so we'll just wait for it for a second. All right, thanks, Nick. I'm sure you're gone already, but thank you. Okay, I did not expect it to get slower at the end there. That's fine. Because now, actually, I don't believe we can open it while this is copying, so we'll just have to wait another 15 seconds or so. But yeah, no, I mean, it should be good. A lot of this game will just be trying to figure out how to get all those cool special effects that I was doing to run on the mobile headset. A lot of them I think will be fine, honestly. Basically, I think it'll involve just getting new trees that aren't so detailed, writing some scripts that make those trees blow in the wind. Well, the sound effects we pretty much already have. All the scripts for like powering up we pretty much already have. Okay, so this is done. So we will call this clonable. Let's see. Starter, let's call it Oculus Starter. Okay, so now every time I make a project, instead of spending 42 minutes getting it ready, I'll basically just clone that project, and that should take like under 2 minutes or something like that. So that should be good. That'll save us a lot of time in the future. And when you're talking about making a game in a month, that kind of time saving is important, realistically. So let's quit out of this. Let's quit out of that. Let's open up that project again. Why is your finger bleeding, Lucas? Were you playing Gorilla? Did you slam your hand against something while you were playing? Oh man. That's a classic. Okay, cool. So we have the scene. So now we need to basically, we're gonna redo some stuff, but more or less, we need to do some other project setup. And that's basically just deleting the low quality and high quality. That way we're only working on one. Why they give you 3, I don't really know, because nobody would really use 3. Okay, and that will all be set automatically, but we're gonna quality, get rid of these 2. So now we're just using that medium one that we left over here. Okay, very cool. And then the tutorial wall jumping is, yeah. Oh, you mean on awesome? You mean on Gorilla Tag? Let's see. I still need to play. Okay. So now we are basically getting the rest of the stuff we need in. So let's do that. Oh, that's what it was. So we're going to go into assets. And I guess let's get it all. I guess we'll just get it all for now. We'll copy all of that. We'll go back. We'll go into this new one, and we'll just paste that all. And we're going to strip out a lot of the game, but that will give us a good starting point. Nora, you cheated on Gorilla Tag? And hey, Foggers, everything is going pretty well. I'm glad you're here and watching. We have a little bit of latency, so you'll probably get this message a little bit late. But we're starting the new Anime Power Up Simulator game, so it's pretty good. Right now, we're just going through some sort of drab Unity setup stuff. Although I will say it is very important if you're looking to make games yourself. This is the kind of stuff that's going to make a difference when you're making your game. This is the kind of stuff you learn over like years of making games to make it just way easier for you as opposed to super difficult. Okay, cool. So we'll let this import. We're going to skip those because I'm pretty sure that's the Oculus. Okay, cool. And now that's all going to need to import here. You know what? I made a huge mistake, actually. I just realized. It's going to cost us too. No thanks. It is coming soon, Lucas. I apologize for the wait on that. I know people are really excited. Yeah, Nori, we'll get you the game somehow. I'll get you the game, Nori. No worries. Alright, thanks, Chicky. No, Lucas, you're not getting left out. I'm maintaining a list of everybody, so if you're on that list, you're just on that list. It's a static list. I'm not like just trying to remember in my head who all wrote out to me and whatnot. So I've got the 100 people who are getting it on there. Oh man, sorry guys. This isn't even the part where I messed up. This is just importing all the normal stuff. I forgot to change it to Android, because we're going to be deploying this on Android, so it needs to be, the project needs to be switched to Android, and when I do that, it's going to have to it's basically going to have to redo this little process that we're doing here, except it'll probably take a little bit longer, so. No, the game will be free for everybody when it comes out. For playtesters, just the 100 people who emailed me first about playtesting will get it. But the game will be out in like 6 weeks anyway, so. And all this stuff that it's importing here is just a lot of the Unistorm stuff, which is basically what I was using for this to create the storm and the lightning and things like that. I bet you honestly we can use elements of Unistorm in this, but just not the whole Unistorm package in general. We'll probably try to use a mix of like the dynamic clouds package that you guys were seeing, that I was showing you guys, and probably the lightning from here. I think it comes with some lightning sound effects too, so we'll probably want to use those. Alright, my name, we'll see you later. Let's see. And then a lot of it is the Oculus plugin, which comes with like a ton of stuff, which is funny because the only thing I really use from it is the hands, but you need it for some other random stuff. I want to make an AOT game where the people in the city are PC players and the giants are VR players, and it's online. Yeah, if you could make that, Nori, that would be extremely epic. For sure. That would be funny. Just a TikTok, what's up? Hey, SH, I'm glad you like the TikTok. Dude, I'd love to play that. Hey, that's our AOT idea. Nori, sounds cool. Quest. Yeah, SNH, we're just getting started with the project here, so I'm just kind of importing all the assets I need. Nothing crazy right now. But did you like the TikTok? You think the idea is cool? And this is a classic Unity right here where the bar is filled up, so you think that it's about to be done, but that's never really the case. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have a ton of errors. That's totally fine. I don't really care about that. What we need to do now is go into this and switch this to Android because it's going to be on the Quest. So this is going to take a minute again, and that's the mistake I was talking about. Yeah, I'd love to be able to power up like Goku in VR, lol. Yeah, so I've sort of made it before, SH, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's a short experience. You'll probably, I mean, I don't know how many times you'll play it, but it only takes like 2 minutes to play, something like that. But it was pretty fun when I was making it. It was almost more comedic than it was fun, just because it's so ridiculous in VR to be powering up like that and to have the lightning cracking and stuff. It's just a really funny experience. Discord. Oh, Lucas and Nora, you guys are teaming up? Heck yeah. If you guys are going to do networking, I would recommend you look into using the Oculus platform SDK. They have some, while this is loading in, we can just... Oculus platform SDK. And basically, let's see here, Unity. It can be hard to look through this whole thing. Yeah, so they have peer-to-peer networking. And basically you could use this to, and here's all the code here. But basically this is an easy way to connect people, and then you would just need to send their positions, basically. So it's actually not the worst thing ever. You might think that it's a little complicated, but you probably could do networking strictly through this platform SDK. Would I consider making an Iron Man game? I haven't played the other one that came out. Personally, I'm not a huge Iron Man guy. It would be cool, certainly. I'm thinking after Silkworm, I do want to stay away from Marvel a little bit, just because I don't want to get sued by Marvel, who is notorious for suing. Even though the Silkworm is not really suable, just because it's not Spider-Man, it's the Silkworm, but they might still. So, doing Iron Man, like pushing the limits on it, I'm not so. Oh, okay, heck yeah. Which one are you playing, SH? Wait, is someone really making a Naruto VR? And again, I'm just looking through stuff because this is taking a while. This is going to take a little bit. Did someone actually make a Naruto VR game? this it? Is this the one you're talking about? Oh my god. There's gotta be another one that you're talking about. Ninja Legends. Okay, this is probably what you're talking about. Is this it? Discord, yeah. Alright, heck yeah. Oh, that would be really nice. Oh, that's so sad. This VR chat's so funny. Man, I gotta do that. Alright, anyway. But, SH, I learned how to download games on AppLab just to download Silkworm. Awesome, I'm glad you're excited about it. Yeah, so it's not... Oculus still needs to review it before it comes out. But, and that takes them a little bit, so it's not quite on AppLab yet, unfortunately, SNH, but... You got it, but game, look on YouTube, I don't understand. Hey, Connors, glad you're here. Silkworm still has to be reviewed, Connors, so it's not quite out yet. Yeah, so typically, the reason this is taking a while is because it's re-importing everything, so typically what you want to do, and the mistake that I made, was not switching it over to... Android before adding everything to the project. So that was a little bit dumb of me. I apologize for that. Let's see here. What was it called? Oculus Starter. Let me open this one. I think I can have them both open at the same time because I'm going to switch this one to Android too before I forget to do that on every project. The only problem with the AOT thing is there might not be enough VR players. Yeah, and that's typically why I stay away from multiplayer in general, is because currently there's really not that many VR players. I think how many headsets has Oculus sold? I think they've sold like 1 million maybe. So there's about 2 to 3 million players currently. But that might have been a while ago. You know what? 2 to 3 million units is actually not bad. I was thinking that's kind of a low number, but if you look at something like the PlayStation 4, which was like a huge console, I believe it's only 100 million. So that means like 1 in 50 people who would have had a PlayStation, which is basically everybody our age, like 30 and under, would have had an Oculus Quest, which is actually not that bad. How do I download? Yeah, is there a way to make it where Rift and Quest can play together? Yeah, you can definitely do that, Nori. Cross-platform, people act like it's really hard, but it's not really that hard. I think, like PlayStation and Xbox could easily play together. The reason they don't is, I guess, just because they don't want to. And, you know, actually, there are some services that perhaps Oculus, or perhaps... there are some services that perhaps Xbox or PlayStation provide that help with all this networking stuff that aren't compatible with the other services that the other people provide. But if you wanted to make something that was cross-platform between Rift and Quest, it would be very easy, yeah. Those headsets have no problem communicating with each other. No, there's not going to be a multiplayer mode, SH. It's me, Star King. Hey, Star King. Glad you're here. And hey, Snap. Glad you're here as well. So let's see here. Let's open this up and let's do the same thing here. Let's switch this to Android. And that should take less long. It still does have this Oculus stuff in it, so that'll take a little bit, but it won't be too bad. And this is still just going. It's going to take a minute. But yeah, it's kind of this. I mean, even AP Orb isn't out yet. It's this really weird thing right now where I'm making a game a month, and Oculus takes 6 weeks to review, which is 1.5 months. So I finish a game, then I start another one, and before they've even reviewed the first one, I'm like already halfway through making another game. So people kind of forget about the one before it. Then that will come out. I haven't even had a game come out yet because I only started this like 2 months ago, and they're just not even reviewing stuff. Let's see here. Where are they even at in the process with AP Orb? Yeah, it's not even. They're not even reviewing it yet. It's just still submitted. So I don't know. Not sure, guy with glasses. Hopefully soon. Oh, okay. It looks like there's actually not latency. For some reason, I was just 20 seconds behind on the stream. That's good. Okay, I'm glad. When will the Anime Power Up Sim come out? So it should be available for testers, and I'm still not sure how I want to do the testers now that we have 100. I have some ideas, basically about like who claims it and who doesn't, and opening up free spots that way. But for testers, it'll probably be available in like 2 weeks, I would imagine, and then I will need to submit it, and it will be another 6. Although I think I'm today going to just submit it, even though it's not really a game yet, and have that review process get rolling, and then have that review process get rolling. That way in 2 weeks when I actually try to release it, it'll only be 4 weeks until it actually releases. So I'm glad you guys are pumped. Yeah, no, I think it'll be good. I think you guys will enjoy it for sure. They're supposed to just be simple experiences, but from what I've made so far, I'm pretty excited. Tell us your ideas for the tester spots. Basically, I'm just thinking what I'm going to do is... So don't hate me for this, guys, but at some point I do need to start trying to make some money so that I can keep making you guys these free games. But basically, I'm thinking I'm going to have the 100 tester spots that are free. And what happens is, if you don't claim your tester spot within a week, once the emails go out, I'm going to remove you from the list and open up those spots to other people who want a chance to get in. And that will probably just be first come, first serve. And then I think I can open up some more spots through like some other channels or something. I haven't really taken a look at it. But I'll probably put that on Patreon and make it like $5 a month or something. And then you'll just always get those spots no matter what. So, but yeah, as long as you keep claiming the games, you'll just stay on the list. But even if we take a look at AP Orb... Oh wait, never mind. We can't take a look. But basically, yeah, because it has everyone's email. But the users section, only like half the people who the emails have been sent out to have actually claimed the game. So it's looking good for people. Like, when Silkworm comes out, about a week later, I'll clear off the people who haven't claimed, and then spots will open up for new people to get in there. That way they can play it before the 6 weeks review process. Is probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that idea in general. I think that should be good. And again, guys, I apologize for this mistake I made here, where I'm switching to Android after importing all these items, because it now needs to re-import all these. And You know what, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I made another mistake. I could have just deleted all those items. Switched. No. No, it still would have had to do this. I suppose there was really no getting around this. I guess it was always going to happen. Yeah, Lucas, I don't think you're going to have any trouble. I'm still too hard for power-ups. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, is the TikTok's out? I was having trouble with that because I didn't know. Okay. I didn't know how long to make the TikTok. So basically, as soon as I claim stuff, yeah. So this one is finishing up. But yeah, if you have any if you have any ideas for the Power Up Sim, let me know. Because basically the way it's going to work is you're going to go in, and when you scream, you're going to power up. And there's going to be like 8 different things that happen. The ground will start shaking, and then dust will start flying up, and then the birds fly out of the trees, and then the trees start blowing in the wind, and lightning starts cracking. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Which of the ideas, SH? Okay, the ground shaking. So I think, Nori, we're gonna need to test it. I'll probably test this off stream, but I need to test how sensitive the mic is, because it's possible that as soon as you get above like, it already will max out. You know, like it might peak out what volume it can handle pretty early, or it might be that it will basically keep recording your volume all the way up until like your loudest scream possible. So I need to test that out. But a leaderboard for the loudest scream would actually be pretty funny. If it can handle loud screams, like if I test it and I scream my loudest and it's still only, let's say that it determines volume on a scale of 0 to 1, like 1 being you scream the loudest, 0 being you're not screaming at all. And let's say I'm screaming my loudest and it's only 0.9 still, like it hasn't hit 1, then the leaderboard could be a good idea. But if I'm screaming like half as loud as I can and it's already maxed out at 1, then the leaderboard wouldn't really make sense because everyone will just get 1. You should make it so if you want to go Super Saiyan 3, you need to scream a lot while you're doing it. Things keep breaking around you like the ground and the trees. Yeah, no, I'm going to make it that you need to scream the whole time, for sure. And it will be stages, and keep breaking. And yeah, I want to make rocks that break. And I showed it earlier. But there's... Actually, it's not my assets. And I showed it earlier, but there's this package called Rayfire that basically lets you do kind of automatic destruction of things. So you can see that's kind of falling apart. So if I can, I'm going to get that in. But we'd have to test that. Okay, cool. So this one's done. So now that, again, will be a good starter. Quit out of this. Oh. Okay, and this one's done too. Cool. So now we can get back rolling. Aaron Pita, is Silkworm going to be finished? Or when is it going to be finished? Soon. Soon, and then it will be submitted, which will take like 6 weeks. No, I don't think anybody in the vicinity of anybody playing this game is going to like it, but I do think that it'll be really funny. And maybe they'll even want to try it after they know what it is. Okay, so very cool. So we got all that stuff in. We basically from here, I'm gonna try to get it submitted. So we're not gonna do a ton of. It's gonna be like graphic design today, essentially. Um, just imagine you're sleeping and your neighbor starts screaming. Yeah, the TikTok is up. Yeah, I don't be able to handle that, Lucas. So what are we doing? Let's go into scenes, forest v2. Okay, let's open up main. Let's click this. We're gonna need to go into project settings. I'm just kind of looking forward to the future here. Open up player, and we're gonna need to basically open up publishing settings, and we're gonna need to get a Keystore, and we're gonna need to create a Keystore. This is called signing your app. It's what you have to do on Android, so you have to do it on Oculus as well because Oculus runs Android. Okay, Unity projects, Anime Power Up Simulator, assets, new folder. Actually, not assets, my bad. My bad, I clicked out of everything. I'm gonna make a builds folder for when we build the game. We're gonna call it user Keystore. And we're gonna give it a password. Gotta put the password in right. Alias, release, I guess, password, confirm the password. Just doing some maintenance stuff here. Okay, first and last name, Sol 5 Studios. Oh, I don't know what unit means. Let's get rid of that. Cool. Okay, cool. So that's set. Now we need to... Let's take a look at this stuff. OVR Cloud. It's obsolete. Let's open this. Yeah, Nori, definitely the getting punched in the face is common with VR. I'm sorry, what is happening right now? Is it importing everything again? Give me 1 second here, guys. Hey, Average. Glad you're here. Alright, to be honest with you guys, I don't know what happened right there, but it looks like when I went to initialize the project with Oculus, it is now possibly importing everything again. But that can't be the case. That just can't be the case because everything is already imported under Android. But clearly it's doing it. So I'm not sure. Hey, Stevnop. Glad to have you here. We're currently just getting the project set up for submission for Oculus. It's kind of been hectic. Okay, so it looks like for some reason this was not checked. So I guess we'll check that. I'm basically creating, and for those of you who are just showing up, I'm basically creating a Oculus project that I can always just copy and paste and start my new projects from it, since this whole process so far has taken about an hour and 12 minutes, which is too long for streaming and for just my tastes anyway. I'll say that when you are programming, you want to, the reason I can make games in a month, the reason it's fast for me, a little bit faster than other people, is because I spend a lot of time working on packages. If you look at my packages, I don't know how many is this. I mean, that's got to be like 30 packages, and they all do something different. So when I'm making a game and I need to, let's see, and I need some UI in my game, I basically have a set of code that I've already written called UI Starter that allows me to get started with UI and VR way faster than other people. So whereas for this, for instance, is taking upwards of an hour and 30 minutes to get the project started. Next time it will take 5 minutes. And it's the same thing with the UI Starter, and it's the same thing with all of these. If I wanted to start UI from scratch, it would probably take me like 3 hours. With this, it takes me, honestly, it'd probably take me longer. It'd probably take me like 6 hours. But with this, it takes me about 3 minutes. So when you're looking at a game being built over a month, and let's say I work on it 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and that's 4 weeks, then it's 15 hours a week, and it's 60 hours total. Saving yourself 6 hours is 10% of the project already. So that's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is my 60-hour game is now a 66-hour game instead. So I'll use a lot of this stuff. But that's basically what I'm doing here by creating this Oculus Starter project, is just making another package where I can get up and running really fast. Do we have any game developers in here, by the way? Hey Neon. It will probably be out in 6 weeks. It'll probably be out in the next few days for playtesters. But that's just because of Oculus. Oh, okay, you guys are trying to be game. If you guys are in the Discord, check out the Get Started with Game Development channel, and it's got some good resources in there. I don't know how to put in hands. If I was going to put in hands, and that's cool, Lucas, as well, that you're just trying to get started. Have you guys made any projects? And then I'll explain the hand things now. If I was going to put in hands, basically what I would do is I would import the... Let's go to the asset store. I would use the asset store. I would get the Oculus integration, this one. I would import that into my project. But basically, you'll see it's simple. I would import that into my project. In here, in the packages, if it'll let me search through it. Or maybe I can just find it. Okay, it looks like there's too much stuff in it. Basically, they have models for your hands in there. It's the one they use for avatars. So you can get hands from that, and then you'll want to use the... Let's see, are either of these done yet? They're not, but you'll also want to import the XR interaction toolkit. And that will come with basically an XR rig, which you can see over here. And under this, they have left and right hand. I can't show you because this is importing, but if you click through this, you'll see that there's like a left hand and a right hand, and you would basically just put those models on there, and that will solve your problems. So, yeah, it's not too bad. Hands aren't too bad for sure. And I think there's this guy on YouTube, Justin Barnett. He's a cool guy. He has some good getting started tutorials. So he would be helpful to take a look at as well. I really thought we were close to done on that last one, guys. I don't know why it's re-importing everything just because I'm importing Oculus. That's certainly unfortunate. I'm sorry you guys are having to wait through this. Actually, you know what? We can actually just go ahead and start working on... Don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. We can actually just go ahead and start working on the assets. Because like I said in the beginning, we're going to basically make a little cube scene and then we're going to submit it to Oculus. That way, the 6 weeks that it takes them to review only takes them 6 weeks starting now instead of 6 weeks starting in like 2 weeks when I finish this game. So that will save us some time there. But basically, let's open this up and we need to go into Oculus dash and we need to create the project for this. No, I don't know how to make entire bodies actually, Nori. I've never put them in. I don't like them because they're not tracked. Like, I can have a body in there, but... And I guess you're normally standing up, like straight up, so... You could make a body pretty easily, I'll say. You could just, like, use a capsule. Maybe. I'm sure you can pretty easily find a... Let's see. Maybe Turbo Squid has something. This might... So you wouldn't want anything this specific. I wonder if there's like a simple... These are all 3D models people make. But you could get... I'm sure they have some free ones in here. Like this one looks... That one's $12. I'm sure they have a free one. Let's see. This is probably a little too intense. Is there any simple ones? Like this one's... I don't know why it said free if it wasn't. Anyway. But you can probably find a 3D model online and probably just position it over the person's head. And then from there... the body won't move, but VR bodies don't tend to move because it's not really tracking the rest of your arms or your like sternum or anything like that. I think Oculus was actually doing... a full body tracking, but it looks like they might have backed off of that for now. Okay, cool. So we need to create a new app. And we're going to call it Anime Power Up Simulator. Okay, and we'll make it Quest. We'll create it. I'm trying to get full body tracking. You can use the Vive one for the Rift S. So there currently does not exist full body tracking, Nori. Like, I don't know of any algorithms that track your full body. The only thing I know of is the hands. App submission, build, so we don't have a build yet, description. Let's see. Maybe we'll do that later. Let's go through the specs here. It's going to be single player. It will use the touch. No movement. Not required. Okay. Category games. Genres. I guess it would be action. Wouldn't necessarily say it's flying. It's called a simulation. Okay, cool. So that's that. It tracks here, Vive full body. I know you can put a Vive tracker on somebody. You could put a Vive tracker on somebody, but that's not really what we're talking about. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Nori. Yeah, Magnus, we have gotten a lot of people. The people are enjoying the TikToks, so it's been pulling people in, which is really exciting. It's nice. Okay. Let's see. Additional details. Solve 5. Publisher of the app. Solve 5 Studios. Website. Let's go grab those websites. Oh, not that one. That. Let's go ahead and view the published site. View the published site. Get rid of these two. So this is the main website. They make you do a website, so I would recommend just using Google Sites to make your website real quick. In privacy policy, you can find some stuff online that will try to trick you into paying for it, but then you can trick them back into not paying for it. So I would use those. Okay, external support, terms of service, none of those. Content rating. Let's request a new certificate, email address. Okay, we request, it's a game. No, none of that, 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 none of that. No. No. No, no, no. Okay, cool. We'll probably get an E for everyone. So this is kind of interesting. This is how you get like that E for everyone logo. You have to submit through the IRAC and they will return you this submission. So let's go ahead and copy this real quick. Wait a second. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Use the snipping tool to grab this real quick. Just need the number here. Anime Power Up Sim IRAC rating. Okay, we'll save that. We'll get rid of that. We'll come back here, save and continue. Get rid of that. And then I think we believe it would be in games. Make a new folder, call it anime. Power Up Simulator. Make a new folder, call it ARC. This is the kind of stuff you want to save, you know. You inspired me to make games. I saw you on TikTok and started watching you, and now I'm working on making games. Heck yeah, Neon. What are you working on right now? That's awesome. I'm glad you're excited. It's very fun. I mean, you basically just get to make whatever you want. There's really no limits to it, so that's why I like it personally. But what are you working on right now? Hey, Nick. Glad you're back. Okay. So we got that. Very cool. Then that's all good. So now we can work on the assets while this is all just kind of loading in. All right, so what do we need? We're going to need to make... I guess... Okay, let's open up this Silkworm so we can get some reference here on what these assets need to look like. Because I pretty much always forget. Submission assets. Okay, cool. So we need an icon. I'm thinking for the icon, we probably just will use something like that. I do not want to just copy someone's power icon though. Unfortunately, I wonder if there's a font. I wonder if there's a font in Photoshop. What we need is to make sure that it is 512 by 512. Very cool. Okay, awesome. And then okay, and then what was it saying we need to do? Okay, can I be a playtester for this game? Probably, Jake Beast. I believe you're already on the playtester list. There'll be more coming in the next few days on how I'm going to handle playtesting from now on, but I assume you'll probably make it. Where did the L come from? Just grab this D. There must be... Okay, so it's not in Japanese. In Windows, edit, preferences, type, set text options. Type to options bar. Okay. I'm basically just trying to figure out how to get this kanji in here. That way I can write the word power. But let's just not worry about it for now, I suppose. What is the other... What else do I need to do? Transparent, 9,000 by 1440. Okay, cool. And I'll change that. I'll get that kanji later. Canvas size, 9,000. $14.40, cool. Okay, this stuff is done, so let's hop out of the art assets real quick and work on this stuff instead. We were just doing that to get past that. Hey Reed, glad you're here. Let's see. Okay, cool, so let's see what these bugs are. And let's quit out of this. Clean up our space a little bit. We'll make this public so that we can access it. Packet does not contain a definition for packet handle. Now it does. Basically, if a variable is private, like this is one, let's say this is one script and this is another script. This one's called extension methods, this one's called packet. If in packet it has this variable packet handle, if you make it private, like this one is, it cannot be accessed from another script, like this script over here. Read-only field cannot be assigned to. We also will make it not just read-only. Okay, cool. Let's go back to size. And again, we need to make this public. Hey Gecko, Silkworm should be out for playtesters in a few days here. About 6 weeks is how long Oculus is saying the review process takes for non-playtesters. Oculus App Starter. Let me just get rid of that. That's pretty much an obsolete package. So previously I had written this. I don't know how though. I don't know where I got that from. Anyway. Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem, Gecko. I'm glad you're excited. Very cool. So let's take a look. Clear this. Avatar recording. We no longer are doing avatar recording, so let's just get rid of that. Jeez, I don't know how to, I'm 26 and I can't like sort visually by alphabetic order. Like if you told me to look for something with N, I'd be looking over here in the U's and the T's instead of right here where it should be. Get rid of this new folder. And then it's saying that this xrdevice.isPresent is no longer. So let's just get rid of it because we're not going to be using OVR Cloud anyway. So we just want this script to say that it's going to work. Okay. Get rid of that stuff. Are you excited for it, CO Forum? I don't know. I didn't know if you watched anime or anything. Even if you didn't watch anime, it's going to be pretty good. Script order, initialize on load. Helper for the custom attribute script order, which sets the execution order with an attribute tag. Cool. I like this idea. I'm not going to use it now since it's giving me a bug. No, not really, Neon. I mean, I guess it's mostly based off Dragon Ball in that you scream to power up, but it's not, yeah, it's not going to be any like anime specific stuff in it necessarily. Basically, the idea is just that you will be hitting a power level. You know, I might put some yellow around you, honestly, but the idea is that you'll just be hitting a power level that is so great that like everything around you starts getting shook and things like that. Okay, cool. So now everything is pretty much good to go. So let's test that by starting this. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess up any copyright or anything like that, so. Okay, cool. So that's good. And then let's go ahead and so that's good. Let us get, I mean, basically at that point, I kind of just want to, I guess, put a cube in here. Put a cube in front of the player. I do need an entitlement check. There are a couple things, actually, surprisingly, that I need to get this submitted. let's go ahead and import, and this is what I was saying earlier with the packages. Yeah, well, actually, let's not mess around so much with that. Let's just probably see what we can do to get started here. Okay, so we're gonna, from the get-go, try and make this as Oculus ready as possible. In the past, I haven't quite done that, and it has caused some problems. So we're gonna do my packages, and we're gonna import Quest project settings validator. We'll import that. Okay, and then now we have this validation, validate project settings. Cannot set default quality level. Make sure you remove all quality levels except the 1 year. Okay. Get rid of this one. And what this script is doing is making sure that the project is set up in a way that Oculus okay, cool. Now let's look through to make sure that that stuff happened. Basically, it would be that that is set to linear. I guess dynamic batching would be turned off. This is IL to CPP, which is just intermediate language to C++. This is set to 64-bit. Okay, very cool. And then if we went into quality, yeah, that will be set to 4 times. Okay, and then if we go over to our settings and open this up, this should be 4, yeah, good. This should be 1, good. Per pixel, 4 light seems fine. No casting shadows. The main light can cast shadows. That's fine. I don't think we're going to use shadows anyway. So why don't we just go ahead and turn that off. And that should be good. Then from there, we're going to import the global editor variables. No way. This must be some sort of Unity bug.